Hi guys, quick video to emphasize a point that is very important for short-term traders. And if I don't forget, I'm going to title this video "Trade When You Can, Not When You Have to." And part of the reason that this came up is I sent out kind of a trade suggestion, a short idea on the ES on the 120-minute chart yesterday, to get short this signal. This is the Taos high signal, the Art of Simple Trading high signal. And the entry was either once we cross below here, so at below 1563 and 3/4, so 1563 and a half or so, or if you were aggressive, you could have shorted this Arami here at around 1565, and your stop was up here above this all-time high up here at 1568 and a quarter, right? Well, you can see here that it looked like it was going to get stopped out overnight. And in fact, I fully anticipated waking up this morning with the trade having been stopped out. Came very close. 1567 and 3/4 is where it topped out. It did not make it up to 68 and a quarter, and it began to fall, right? So I sent out an interim post once we got down here to this 1554 level around 11 this morning, saying, okay, now if this were a trade that you took, this would be a place where you'd have to make a decision, right? You kind of plus, some people would be plus 10, some people would be plus close to 10 points in the S&P on however many contracts you were trading. So it would be a good place to start thinking about scaling out, moving your stop, and I provided all the suggestions. Well, we went on to fall even further, and right now, as we sit here at 236, the low of the day is 1546 and a quarter. And by the way, we are now in the Art of Simple Trading buy zone 1 in a rising channel. So what does that mean? Well, a lot of people would decide to get greedy here and say, well, if it's fallen this far, this could be the beginning of the end. I'm going to sit tight and let this run. But remember, swing trading is taking two to 5 day trades and taking pieces of whatever moves are presented, right? And the way that you have to think about this is to say to yourself, this is a watershed event. This is waterfall. You know, the profits fell into my lap, and I need to think very seriously about closing my position, because the way that I think about trading the linear regression channel here is I try to think about it in terms of 10-point increments, right? So basically, you're trying to trade it from this channel up to this channel, and back potentially, right? Knowing that you're going to get stopped out on occasion, or frequently, depending on the market. But over time, if you can take 10 plus points, you know, on moves, you'll do pretty well. Well, at its low, you've certainly seen more than 10 points on this trade, and ostensibly we could be turning around to head back up. We don't know if we're going to go back and get the high and take it out, or if we're going to go back to the midpoint, or if this is not even really going to start to ascend and it's actually going to roll back over and head lower still before the end of the day. We have no idea. But we do know what our profits look like here at this point if you're still in the trade, right? So just be cognizant of the fact that you can't ask the market to give you too much too soon. The market doesn't trade straight up. It doesn't trade straight down. So when you get this kind of return this quickly, in my experience, it's not a bad idea to think about taking those profits and preparing yourself for the next trade setup. Remember, you want to focus on your trading process. You don't want any one trade to be, you don't want to try to be a hero on any one trade. You want your process to be so tight that you're able to generate profits over the long haul, because the process is itself and the design is such that it's almost impossible for you to not generate profits over the long haul. Okay. So just wanted to emphasize that point, and hopefully convince some people to maybe get out of this thing if they're still in it before they give back too much. All right. Hope this is helpful, and we'll see you at the next tip.